Welcome to Generation Podcast. Oh, jeez. Was it Generation Gap? Is that our name?
You
Yeah.
can say whatever you want,
Average.
to be honest, but
Right.
yeah, Generation Gap.
Welcome to Generation Gap Podcast. I'm Jeff.
I'm Liam.
And I'm Jeff.
And this is a conversation show about current events and history from the past. What is going on, guys?
Well, I noticed
Nice. That
you're
was
drinking
great.
the Diet Coke for this rendezvous. We haven't talked in so long that we gotta give this thing a little more consistency on this podcast. But
Yeah. I
what's
agree.
with the Diet Coke over there? That's what you're drinking, or did you switch it up? Yeah.
No, I switched it up after you guys peer pressured me.
Oh, your peer pressure. Yeah. What is
Nice.
that?
That's
Is
one
it a
of my
little
favorites.
something? Oh, okay. I got the Oktoberfest, and
little
I
something,
started with a Tripel by New Belgium. We did New Belgium's in Asheville and Colorado. So as soon as Asheville got wiped out by the flood, it's so sad, by the way. But
Yeah.
we thought, okay, that's going to cut the production of New Belgium. So we're like those people that did the toilet paper back in the COVID days. We went to the store and bought everything in the rack for Tripels by New Belgium. Just in case there was a shortage, we had to have our main beer intact. So, but it's the Tripel, so
And there
it's
was no shortage at all.
Yeah, no. So it's about, I think, 11 ABV. That's pretty high for beer. So you drink one of those, and then you go back to the Sam Adams after that. It works out pretty good. But Liam, thanks for dressing up for us today. You got the collar shirt going on, real good.
Yeah. It's serious. Podcasting is serious. I gotta dress the part.
All right, let's get down to what everybody wants to know. Liam, who are you voting for and why?
Let's cut our viewership by 50% right now.
Yeah, let's cut everybody down.
Give me about an hour. I got some notes prepared.
It's gonna go from 2 to 1.
I'm just gonna start name calling, I think, for about an hour. We'll see how it goes.
Oh my God! So what's going on?
What's going on, Liam? What's going on in your life?
Ridiculous.
Not a whole lot. I actually really enjoying the job. I think I had a week there. I was a little unsure of everything, but I'm picking it up. I'm liking the people I'm working with. I got pizza for everybody yesterday. That was, yeah, it went well. I went.
Did it?
So when I was picking it up, it's a bunch of young people, obviously, in a pizza shop, and there's like 7 pizzas I got to pick up. So I'm thinking the pizzas are gonna sit there for an hour or so. I'm asking like, hey, can I like have one of those like insulated bags or whatever? And this dude he starts laughing at me. He's like, he literally laughs in my face. Like, holy dude, that's an honest question. And he's like, no, dude. He's like, we don't give those to customers. While he's like smiling. I was like, okay, man. Like, you didn't have to do that to me.
I mean, those are for delivery
So
drivers.
you
I mean, probably.
Yeah,
a decent amount.
fair question. I got 7 pizzas that I'm carrying.
Yeah. Well, you got denied the red bag.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Can I have a delivery driver car? I want to drive these pizzas. I don't want to smell up my car.
Can I get Luigi in the back to come home with me and cook it fresh in my oven? The pizza. Yeah.
Well, that's good.
So it worked out. So you had to bring it to work, and then the people didn't show up for an hour after that, right? Is that what it was?
Yeah, but I just turned the heat on in my car, and I don't know.
You kept him in the car for an hour?
No, on the way there, and then just kind of sat on the table. Surprisingly, things straight out of the oven take a while to cool down, so
Yeah.
it was fun. It was all good.
Those red
So how
bags
was it?
were-
Like, was it like in a break room or something like that? Did you just set the pizzas down there?
In our office, just kind of set
So
on
how
the
did you make it known that you brought the pizzas? Were you like standing by and like, hey?
No, I think Tuesday or Wednesday, I just told everybody like, I'm getting pizza. Like y'all have done great. So they knew it was coming. They were ready.
So would they normally go by your office to get it? I mean, do they normally go by your office anyway, or is this like a big office?
No, this is. Hang on.
And Jeff is like frozen.
Yeah, we need to wait. Need to make a quick cut.
Oh, there he goes. He's in.
I'm back.
He's back.
What was the last thing you heard me say?
Generation gap.
So when you put these pizzas down, were you like, how'd you make it known that you brought them? Were you like standing by and be like, hey, here's the pizza I brought for everybody. It's
No,
for me.
They knew for days. I told them on like Wednesday. I was like, y'all been doing
Okay.
great. You're getting pizza. So I made sure to bring it on a Friday, so everybody shows up. That was the main benefit for me out of the pizza deal.
Nice.
But yeah, it went well.
That's good.
Good.
I'm glad the job
Sometimes-
is going well.
Sometimes you
I'm
got to
glad
do
you
that.
also
That's good.
recovered from your illness.
Yeah, that was rough. I haven't been sick like that in a long time. Antibiotics and everything. That was tough. But I'm good.
Terrible timing. Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Nobody cares about that stuff, though, I'm sure.
Hey, did anybody see the comet in the sky?
I
No.
looked. Never saw it.
Diane, my wife, was on her phone. And I was in the backyard working on my golf hole that I'm building. And she's like, oh, she goes, babe, I'm reading here that you can see a comet, like, in the early evening. And for like 7 to 10 days it was, right? So she's reading it off to me. She looks up. She goes, oh, and there it is. So, it was right above us. And she's like, babe, look, it's up there. So I come running back up the hill to look up. And it was so cool, man. Like I didn't film it the first day we saw it. I wish I would have because it was right over the top. But
Yeah.
and then 2 days later we saw it again on Thursday at the same time. And but I saw it because it goes from east to west, and so I saw it way out in the western skies. That's when I filmed it, but it was still cool. But because it was just like fire shooting out the back, like it was crazy. Like I guess I never saw a comet. It's like Miss Haley's comet in the 80s or whenever that was.
I remember Hale-Bopp.
Hale-Bopp?
Hale-Bopp. That was a big comet.
Yeah.
like,
I remember it I remember watching it as a kid. It was a big one.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. I remember Haley, but
Nah, Hale-Bopp was like 96, 97.
okay. Oh, Hale-Bopp. Okay, so it must
Yeah.
have been like a spin-off of Haley. It was about 10 years prior.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, but it was cool. I just never saw a comet before, so it was just to see that, like, to see anything that's not manifest, that you're used to seeing in the sky was just wild.
Yeah.
That and like that Starlink I saw that I told you guys
Yeah, that's
a
pretty
few
cool.
months back. That freaked me out too. That was before I knew Starlink existed.
Yeah. I guess that it works really well too.
Yeah, since I'm in the apartment industry, we had to go out to North Carolina and help out a flooded property out there, and our IT department actually brought out the Starlink.
Nice.
So him and I were setting it up, trying to connect it. It's got to have an unimpeded view of like the satellite of the sky. Like, so we were setting it up on a balcony, but there was a balcony over us, right? So we're like, we can't quite get it where it's going to see the sky only, So we went back to the maintenance shop. We're like, we got to figure this out. So I'm like, well, here's a 2x4. And he goes, here's a piece of pipe. So we went back over there and we duct taped. We hooked the pipe up to the Starlink device, and then we duct taped the pipe around the 2x4, and then we wedged the 2x4 against the wall, so it would stick out past the balcony above us, thereby having a clear shot of said satellite. And then it worked. Yeah, it was quite a bit of
So
ingenuity.
you're basically a rocket scientist. You're basically Elon.
Yeah,
Elon. Yeah, I taught Elon. Yeah, basically, that's what I'm saying.
Did you see him capture rocket
Yes.
with the arms?
Was that the most unbelievable thing you ever seen? Like, I saw that thing coming
Crazy.
down. I was like, no way. No way.
Yeah. Did you see a video of they filmed Elon during the whole thing? And he went outside to go look at it, and he's like, "Oh no, like something's wrong." Like, because it was just
Really?
flying. It was just no rocket booster was engaged. It looked like it was just gonna plummet
like
down to the
slowing it
earth.
down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then it kicked on eventually, and then caught it. But he was.
I mean, that just seems unbelievable to me, you know? It's not like there's wings on this thing. Like, it's wild. It's wild. That's crazy. But I mean, you know, if you could do that every time, I mean, look at the money you save on those boosters, you
They
know?
reuse the booster and the
Yeah.
all that. Usually, it's just destroyed, plummets in the ocean. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nuts. Did you know, and I don't know if I've told you guys before, I was talking to somebody, I think it was a cop here in Tennessee or something. But I found out, like, if you're a passenger in the car, you can consume alcohol.
In Tennessee.
Yeah. If you're the passenger, so you can have open alcohol in your car. As long as there's a passenger there that's drinking
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just weird, you know, growing up without that too. Like, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
it's like I can't do that though, you know? Like I can't do it because it's just I don't know.
I mean, Illinois, if you get caught with open container, you know,
Yeah.
you're at least getting a ticket.
Yeah, I know. Me and my friend John, we were 16 years old. We had 2 bottles of Boone's Farm. So top shelf
Nice.
wine.
Yeah.
I think it was Strawberry Hill, 'cause that's what we used to drink. So we had 2 bottles of that. We're 16, and we're parked like in a industrial park, right on the curb, you know, street. Nobody's around, right? I mean, you'd rather blend in. Of course, when you're 16, you're not thinking that. Like, I'll go to this remote place here. But then as soon as a cop comes by, he knows you're up to no good, right? So, so he puts the lights on behind us. I'm like, oh, great. And so we put the bottles on the floor that John, I said, hold your feet against them. And we pushed them under the seat on the passenger side. And so the cop comes around right to John's side and says, all right, get out of the car, to him. So as soon as he moves his feet, the bottles come rolling out. You probably saw John in the lights, you know, going down or something, you know. Oh, God.
What happened?
We got lucky, man, because they were full. I don't even know. We might have opened one, but we didn't even like hardly drink anything yet. And so they looked still full. And he goes, all right, I'm gonna let you go this time, but you guys get home. You can't be drinking. And so he took the 2 bottles. He brought those 2 bottles home. I know that. So
That was back when
yeah,
that could happen.
yeah, he let us go. Like that would never happen now.
Never happened. But also, you know, if you guys drank, drove, and got in a car accident, it's not like he would have been liable. Nowadays, he would have been liable for not stopping you, you know, and
Yeah, right. Then
Yeah.
we'd sue. He'd get sued. Everybody gets
Yeah.
sued.
you're crazy.
It's all about the lawsuit now, you know. That's why everybody's kind of
Yeah.
locked up and can't do anything. It's crazy.
Yeah. I remember in high school, my buddy Chris Luft and I. Do you remember Chris Luft?
Remember the name, but I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
His dad was also involved in like city stuff. But
Mm.
anyways, he got held back in like third grade, so he was older than us, so he drove like a year before us. So he drove me to school every day.
Yeah.
And I remember he we were driving down Stager Road at like probably 80, 85, and we're about to cross Halstead, and there's a cop that opposite direction, and we pass him like 80, 85, and we're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
So instead of going left towards the Bloom Trail, we made a right, and we tried to get deep as we possibly could into a subdivision. We made a million turns, right? And we saw him turn
Yeah.
around and turn on his lights, so we knew he was chasing us. And
Right.
so we go in the subdivision, and we got lost. We made 1,000 turns into this place, and then all of a sudden, he's right behind us. I don't know how. I have no idea how. But he pulled us over, and when he gets out, we look, and it's Sergeant Rossi, who is the dare officer. So we know him.
Yeah.
We've known him since like kindergarten.
Right.
And yeah, so he comes up and just screams at us for like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
and says like, "What the hell are you doing running from me?" Things like that. And he's like, "Get to school." And he's just going.
Yeah. I went to school with him.
Did you?
Yeah. Sister was
Well,
my age.
he cut us a very sizable break there.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
I know.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
always have those. I don't know. That's scary. Close encounters, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
so dumb. When you're young, you're dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just hoping you get a cool cop,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
trying to like ruin your life.
Yeah. Speaking of the cops,
Yeah.
if that's what we were speaking of,
Yeah.
there was a time that you may or may not have heard or know of that I had to spend the night in jail. And so it was in Wisconsin, right? And I was driving back in a blizzard. But I think I need to back up to tell the story properly. So me and John decide we're going to drive to Minnesota when we were 18, right after high school, right? So I knew a girl up there, and 18. So we drive all the way up there, right? And we got very little money. We're 18, and the girl said that, hey, don't worry, you can stay with us. She lived with her parents, right? And so we get there, we finally make it, right, all the way to Minnesota. Like, I don't know how long that was from Chicago, but we made it. And then we're like, should we bring the suitcases up? Like, she didn't seem so confident. So we go up to the door, right, and we ring the doorbell, and then they answer the door, or she does, and she goes, all right, I'll be right out. And so she goes, come on in. So we came in, and we were in the living room, right, and no one's down there. They're all upstairs somewhere. We don't see anybody, right? So there's a piano there. So we're sitting in the living room. John opens it up, and he just goes ding, ding, da, ding, da, ding. He was just like touching it with his fingers, right? All of a sudden, we hear from upstairs and a scream, like a guy's voice saying,
Yeah.
If you don't know how to play the fucking piano, don't play the fucking piano. And he's screaming, right? And we looked at each other. The first thing I said was, "Good thing we didn't bring the suitcases up to the door." I'll tell you that. So,
You should have busted out some Beethoven.
oh my god. So then the family comes down, right? And we're gonna all have dinner with them, you know. So it's her sister, who Scott had met earlier, 3 years prior, when we were 15. We all went. It's another story. Anyway, we met. He met the sister, but yeah, I was there with John, so I knew the other sister. So uh, we we had dinner with them the first night, right? And so we're thinking, okay, obviously we're not staying here because the guy, he's like a military sergeant dude, you know, and he so he started out with the piano thing, and then we have to sit down and eat, man. And so now we gotta say the prayer first, which is fine, and then they got everything like lined up, you know, like polished. Like you,
Yeah.
Jeff, you're probably used to that stuff, like in the service, like everything's just right. But it was just like it's almost like I heard his heels click together like that. That was going to be the sign to go. Like it was just regimented, you know. So the guy was just a complete jerk, to be honest, the whole time. He was just a jerk to us, you know. And so the night went on, right? So anyway, we're like, so I'm talking to the girl and everything a little on the side, and we we were like, well, we're gonna have to get a hotel, right? So she goes, yeah, I guess. I'm sorry, you know. So we've we don't got any money, so, but we find this hotel like thing where it had individual shacks. So me and the girl go back there, and then John's driving my car around a little bit, and then he comes back there, and then uh, you know, and then I take her home and everything, and then uh, we're like, so we're sitting there in the hotel room, right? It's bad. I mean, we open up the closet, there's like old milk. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. So I'm like, dude, we ain't got enough money, man, to make it home. So I'm like, we're gonna have to come up with something. So it's one of those places where, can you hear me okay? It's
Yeah.
one of those places where the guy lives in one of them. The guy that runs it or owns it or manages it or something, right?
Uh-huh.
So at 2:30 in the morning, we go over to his house. We knock on the door. I'm like, because beforehand, before we left our room, I'm like, John, we're gonna have to get our money back. So,
Why do you guys sleep in the car?
well, wait. It's Minnesota in January, dude.
Oh,
Every
okay.
night is like 50 below wind chill.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. It was like the coldest time right then. And so, which is really funny part of the story. But so anyway, where was I? Dang it.
You went to his house at 2:30 in the morning and tried to get your money back.
Oh yeah. So we knock on the guy's door, right? And I said, so he finally, the light comes on and he comes, right? And I say, hey, can we come in? I gotta talk to you. It's urgent. So me and John go in, right? I do all the talking. So I said, we just got word that John's mother was in a car accident and she's on the critical list. Like there's a list on the wall in our room, and we looked at it. Yep, there she is. She's on it. I mean, I don't even know. I said it like it was like an actual list. I don't know. But so anyway, I so I turn around, look at John, and he just got his hand over his face, and I just see his body bouncing up and down. So he's just laughing, you know. He can't say anything. I said, yeah, he can't even talk. He's crying. He's upset right now. You see him? And so he goes, oh, yeah, man, I'm sorry. All right. So he gives us the money back. So I said, we didn't really use the room much. So we then left. And then we're like, well, we got to see her tomorrow, right? So we parked about 3 blocks, like a 3/4 of a block away from her house up this hill, just on the side of the road. Oh, man. And then we're going to sleep in the car. And we had no money, right? We just had a little bit of money, just enough to get home, just enough to put in the tank to maybe make it home. Like that was what was on our minds. And so we're sleeping in the car, right? It's literally 50 below in Bloomington, Minnesota. And so we we can't use gas because we don't have any money. So we do turn it on for a little bit. We heat up, we're warming up because we're like that close to being frostbit. So then we warm up just in time to turn it off, you know. And then we did this, man, all night, and we were, oh god, that was so tough. So in the morning, whatever, saw her, whatever, and then we get in the car. We're going back to Chicago, right? I said, all right, man, it's gonna be close. We're gonna see if we're gonna make it. So we had the tank filled up, and then we're driving, right? Driving all the way through Wisconsin, and it's all of a sudden a blizzard, man. Like you can't see in front of you, right? Just coming down in buckets. And being from Chicago, I'm used to driving in the snow, and I gotta get home. we gotta make it. If we don't want to run out of gas in a blizzard, right? So I'm still going 85 in the blizzard. I'm thinking, no way is there going to be a cop with a radar. Sure enough, there's a cop with the radar. Like I'm flying down the expressway, and he's just parked there with a gun out. Like, are you serious? I had to be the only guy speeding probably that whole week. So he pulls me over, right? And I'm like, oh god. So I turn the car off because I'm trying to save gas. So then he goes, hey, you're speeding, you know? And I said, yeah. I'm trying to get home. His mom is in the hospital. She's on a critical list. And we're trying to get home. And he goes, well, you're going to, kill yourselves out here, driving fast, blah, blah, blah. I said, all right, so we got to take my license? He goes, nah, you're out of state. So back then anyway, he goes, you got to pay the fine. You got to pay or you got to spend the night in jail. So I was like, you got to be kidding me. I said, we ain't got no money. So I said, we're barely going to make it home. So he goes, well, you got to spend the night in jail then. And so it was Mauston County Police and like the middle of Wisconsin somewhere. And so I said, well, where's the station at? He goes, it's about 55 miles back north.
Oh.
So, you gotta be kidding. So he put the handcuffs on me and puts me in the back of the squad car, right? So then John follows us back 55 valuable miles with the limited gas we had, right? So back north. And so they bring me inside, right? And then they put me up there and they do my fingerprints, And then they're like, all right, you gotta take your belt off or shoestrings out of your shoes, And then John goes, damn, what are you gonna do? Put them in the lineup next? And so as soon as he said that, that was it. The cop said, you're out. He goes, what do you mean out? I got nowhere to go. And it's cold, He goes, you're out. So I got to spend the night in like an Andy Griffith cell. I don't know if you ever saw the Andy Griffith show, but it's like one of those kind of individual cells. It had a wool cot with a wool blanket and a wool pillow cover.
Were you like in the bullpen? Could you like see the cops?
Yeah, it's like I could
In the
look out and see. Yeah, I can see stuff. But you had to look through stuff to see it. So then, and I had one stainless steel toilet. You could. It didn't. The lid didn't raise or nothing. It was just there. Yeah, you stand up and pee in it, or you can sit down, whatever. And that's pretty much all you had. I think there was a sink maybe, and that was it. So, but at least I mean I'm tired because this is actually late at night, or I think it was. So yeah, it was. And so at least I got to sleep in a warm cell. And poor John he's like, what do I do? I'm banished from the police station. I got to go out in the cold. So what he does is he drives to like a truck stop, right? And he parks the car there, and he goes to the bathroom. He just sits in a stall for a few hours, and then hangs out just to stay warm, right? And so then the only way I'm getting out of jail is if I have money. I ain't got no money, so I had to call. So I think John ended up calling. He called my parents, right? And he says, "All right, Jeff's in jail, and I need whatever it was, let's say $110. I need $110 to get him out of jail tomorrow, right? In the morning." And they're like, so they had to Western Union it, like wire it, right, to via Western Union. So John had to go to the I don't know, it was like a currency exchange to pick up the Western Union, the money. So he got there and he signed for it, and they gave him the money. So he brought it back and right. And so like fools, being 18, when he calls my parents to ask for the money, he doesn't ask for
He gets the
anything more.
exact amount.
Exact amount, dude. So the exact amount is sent. So he gets me out of jail, right? So then we hit down the road. And we're like, dude, I don't know. We ain't gonna make this. So then we're getting close to Steger, and then I'm like, my car is sputting, man. I sputted that thing like right into the driveway. Like I made it home, but it was barely. But my God, that was crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I
Yeah.
can't believe the cop is putting an 18-year-old in jail for.
Yeah, well, back then, yeah.
Ridiculous.
I know. I thought they were going to take my license. 'Cause back then, they used to take your license and they would hold it until you either came to court or paid your fine, and they would mail it back or you'd pick it up in court. But since it was out of state, Wisconsin said, I had enough of that. So,
Yeah,
did
that's
you
how-
know, before I forget, did you know that if you're going like over 20 miles an hour, let's say, right?
reckless driving?
No, I'm off the cop thing, but I just thought about the driving thing. So if you're going over 20 miles an hour, maybe even 30 and above, your car, when you start out in reverse, you see the camera, right, behind you. If you're going over 20, they tell me, this guy tells me, you can shove your car in reverse just to see the camera as you're going. You go 50 miles an hour, you can shove it in reverse and keep going, and we'll look at your camera out the back.
That's gonna ruin your transmission, isn't it?
Which one of us three is going to try that first? It's not going to be me.
No.
So I told him, and it's my buddy. It's my buddy John down here I golf with. Liam. And so I said, well, when we're driving sometime and you're driving, I want you to do it because I want to see this. I don't know, because I grew up with the cars. Like if you did that, like you're just going to ruin your transmission.
Right.
He goes, no. He goes, I do it a lot. I'm like, what? I said, you got to show me because I'm not doing it to my car because I feel like it's a BS.
Did he do it?
But he swears by it. He's like, yeah, I do it a lot. I mean, he wouldn't lie to me, you know what I mean? So it's weird.
Did he do it in front of you?
No, I haven't done it yet.
Oh,
Done it
okay.
yet.
I'm not. I won't do that. I'm good.
No,
I don't
I
need
didn't
the
know if
camera.
anybody heard of that. I had never heard of that until you told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It freaks me
I-
out thinking about
I've never been put in cuffs. Liam, have you?
What?
it.
I've never been put in cuffs before. Have you?
No, surprisingly, I've never been put in cuffs.
Nice.
By an official, by a cop, that is.
Yeah. I've been put in zip ties for training. But yeah, I've never
Well,
been.
that's just as bad. Well, you'll be put in handcuffs if you ever have to go for a ride in a squad car because they like have to do it. But it's not comfortable either. It's not at all.
I bet it's not. No.
I don't know. Just for speeding, you know.
Do you remember? I was young, and I was in the back of the car, and for whatever reason, I wasn't in a seat, and then you got pulled over, and you didn't want the cop to see that I wasn't in a seat. I was sitting in the back, like on the floor, so you just jumped out of the car.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
I kind of do. That's why I got out real fast so you wouldn't have to come
Yeah.
up to it.
You'd be shot and killed today
I
for
know,
doing that.
I know.
That's
But
crazy.
back then, I used to do that a lot. I would just get out, and then it wasn't until later that that people started saying, "Yeah, stay in the car," kind of a thing.
Yeah, I remember you like just as soon as you got pulled over, you pulled over the side of the road and you jumped out with your briefcase, and he never
Like
saw me. Yeah, I
Jumped
stayed
out.
like very, very still in the back, and he never saw me.
I jumped out with a briefcase
Yeah, some kind of bag.
with a gun in it or something. Like,
It's
I'm
like
sure it had your license in it
I'm
or
asking to
something.
get shot.
you jump out with a bag today, you're dead.
Yeah, jumped out with some kind of bag
I
that
don't
had
think
your
I-
license in it.
I had a bag. I think you're misremembering that a little bit,
No, I remember.
but you probably did have to hide. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. It's like station wagon, maybe.
Yeah. I just went by this guy down oh my god. This guy's got a sign in his front yard. It's a no trespassing sign. But the no trespassing sign says posted no trespassing.
Yeah. You gotta know it's posted.
I mean, it's posted, and it tells you it's posted.
Just in case you didn't know.
Posted, no trespass. No trespassing isn't enough. Posted on a sign, but no, you have to say posted, no trespassing. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I can't believe it, people. Oh my god.
Guys, when are we hitting the Bourbon Trail?
Yes, that's a good call.
We gotta do it.
We can do it in January. Freeze our ass off.
Yeah. Around my birthday. I mean, pick a time. Anytime next year when the year rolls over, I'll have some days to take. So I'm down.
What's the temperature right now, yeah?
It's been like it'll be 70 one day and then it'll be 50 the other. I think today it's a little cold, but that's it. I went to a distillery this week actually.
Oh,
It's
cool.
like it was the first distillery I've been to.
Which one?
Angel's Envy. I'd never even heard of it.
Okay.
But that place is pretty cool. They got like this like 35-foot tall like cylinder, just like full of whiskey. It's they have like all these warehouses out in the middle of
They're called
nowhere.
brick houses.
Yeah. And they use like different kinds of barrels, like barrels from Portugal, and those are the port. I learned that port barrels from Portugal.
Yeah.
yeah,
They
they-
also
they
do
have,
like wine finishes. They'll age them in like cabaret old wine barrels or new charred oak barrels is how you make like traditional bourbon. But
yeah. They use the port barrels and they use the they're like rum barrels. I don't know. They're like a little bit lighter. That place is pretty cool. And then I got my first tasting I've ever done. Like nobody's ever taught me like how to drink whiskey or like taste it. So it was thing felt like pretty snobby, but it was.
Did you get your nose in there real good? Just-
Yeah, you gotta like keep your mouth open and like
Yeah.
let it. Yeah, it is
Speaking of
weird.
which, I found a couple good finds. My favorite normal bourbon is Buffalo Trace,
Nice.
which is
Yeah.
out there by you, Liam.
Yep.
But for whatever, like you can get this in Illinois, and it's like you can find this in every shelf in Illinois. But for whatever reason, here in South Carolina, it is very difficult to find.
Huh.
And basically, if you find it at a liquor store, it's usually allocated, which means like the like Buffalo Trace gave that liquor store like 10 bottles, then that's it. That's all you get. So, but I was able to find this one at at the same liquor store because I got this allocated bottle, or I'm sorry, vice versa, because I got this sucker. So this is Elijah Craig single barrel. So this came out of only one barrel, and that's it. And it's what they call a store pick. So basically, some liquor stores can either send a representative or somebody from the store goes to Elijah Craig in Kentucky, and they try a bunch of different samples out of a bunch of different barrels, and they pick the best one they like. So this is a single barrel, but it's also a store pick. So you can see it's like Dev Liquors, Somerville, South Carolina, right here. And this is the exact barrel that they picked. And then they, get the single barrel bottles. And because I got this, then I was able to buy the allocated bottle.
That reminds me, the Angels Envy also does that. They have a single barrel, which just stays in one barrel. And they actually had the U of L coach come out to their warehouse and try a bunch of different barrels, and he picked one barrel, and they have like a bunch of them on sale for like $1 million or whatever.
Yeah.
Picked by the U of L coach.
Yeah, single barrels are more expensive, obviously, but for Buffalo Trace, this could be a mixture of 1,000 barrels, But what's cool about a single barrel is that you'll never get the same thing twice. I mean, every barrel, it's in a different part of the rick house, which gets more different temperatures. It may, the char of the oak is different. Every bottle tastes different. Because it depends on the barrel that it's in. So, kind of cool.
Yeah.
I looked for that Buffalo Trace in our liquor store here, and they didn't have it actually. So,
yeah, some states are like in Illinois. It's like $25, and there's 1 million bottles in every liquor store. Some states though, it's just like crazy. You can't find it.
Yeah, because I was looking to get into whiskey, and I bought that Irish whiskey for the first time. No, it's really good.
I don't like Irish whiskey that much.
It was like 180 proof or something too. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we've been doing a little drinking on that a little bit here and there. So that's the first time I've drank whiskey since I was 20. So I don't know. I'm kind of like open to it now again.
Yeah.
So I'm exploring. I just don't know a whole lot about it. I know obviously single barrel is going to be better and all that stuff.
Yeah, I like bourbon a lot.
I just don't know.
I get into it a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then Buffalo Trace also makes like, the holy grail of bourbons, which is Pappy Van Winkle. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, just now getting into it, so I gotta to actually do a little research myself and see like what I might like and what I might not. I don't know. This first one though is really good, so
you gotta get into bourbon.
Yeah,
you gotta get into bourbon.
I still think Irish whiskey is better, but I'm slowly getting into bourbon. Slowly.
Oh, you've had Irish? You like Irish whiskey? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I mean, I only got it because the guy suggested it. The guy that was doing the taste testing, pouring, and all that in the liquor store. We got like in the middle of our liquor store, we got a big kind of bar there where he'll just pull out bottles. You want to try them or whatever. So
It's cool.
Yeah.
Bourbon's like very like caramely. Like I don't like that kind of like syrupy caramely kind of thing. I like when there's like fruit coming through and everything a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, some bourbons have like, some berry notes or, but I mean, obviously it's going to be a little more smoky. It's in charred oak barrel, and Irish whiskey, I think, is aged in like steel. So it's not going to have that,
Yeah. Yeah.
And plus, I like bourbon a lot because you know exactly what you're getting. Because the quality is always going to be high because there's very strict standards for it to meet the bourbon criteria, whereas, the other whiskeys that, there could be some buffoonery going on.
Hold up, my laptop is gonna die.
All right.
Yeah, you got issues. Technical and biological. It could give me time to go get my bottle of whiskey. I gotta see what it is.
Yeah, be interested to see what it is too.
Now he lost his camera. There it is.
We doing 2 of these things today or just 1?
I think we should. I was talking to Dad. I think we should do 2.
I'm down.
I just basically every time we hop on, we should do 2.
Yeah.
Based on how we are.
Yeah. All right.
How many minutes in are we here?
Yeah, we ready to switch over to the next epi?
Yeah, it might be good to do that. We've been in the call for an hour, so it's probably about 50 minutes or so. Or I've been in the call for an hour.
Yeah, so it's probably been like 40 minutes because we spent the first 20 minutes.
How about we
Taking
finish
a nap.
up with my whiskey then? How about that?
All right, yeah, how about that? And then we'll end it.
And and go. Yeah. So, as I said, as I'm dabbling into whiskey now,
Let's see that thing.
I have this one called Two Stacks.
Okay.
Two Stacks Irish whiskey.
This is the strong one, right? 180.
Yeah. Let me tell you. So, Irish whiskey, cask strength, a unique blend of grain, malt, and pot still whiskey. 130 proof. That's what it is.
Yeah. So it's aged, like I said, it was aged in a pot, which is steel, and cask strength means they did not dilute it down with water at all. So whatever the proof is straight out of the barrel, that's what you get. So, like, for example, this Elijah Craig is 121.5 proof because it's coming right out of the barrel, right?
Okay.
But
Yeah.
most bourbon, like this Buffalo Trace, is 80 proof because they put water in it to get it down to a acceptable proof.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
So cask strength just means it's
Not diluted with water.
at all. It's just straight out of the.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. But it's pretty good. It's like when he had me try it, he did a shot, he's like, just before you drink it, just make sure you blow out after you drink it. And I'm like, okay. So actually it did work pretty good doing that, but it has like a, I don't know, like a peppery or something in it, like taste or something.
Spices.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of spices.
I didn't realize that just putting an ice cube in whiskey like makes it taste totally different than with
it releases the flavors, and it's like a whole new thing.
Yeah, they had us try it without an ice cube, and then after, and it was like it went from like caramely thing to like floral. It was like totally different. It was
It's cool.
very interesting.
It's wild. All right.
Well, we
That's
did
my
it, guys.
dive into whiskey. So it's a
Yeah.
limited discussion for me. I'm out. I'm one and out.
Just read the bottle to us, really.
We did it,
That's my
guys.
expertise
Great
for
job.
the day.
We did it. We're the
I know.
best.
I know.
All right. Well,
All right.
thank you for listening to this episode of Generation Gap. Appreciate it. We'll catch you guys next time.
See ya.
Nice.
All right. Hello. Welcome to Generation Gap. I'm Jeff.
I'm Liam.
I'm Jeff.
And this is a conversation show about current events and history from the past. What is going on, guys?
I
What are we
think there
doing?
was a podcast a while back that we didn't finish, and I think it was something I can't remember. I think it was about Chicago food. Oh, and I was at this restaurant, and I think Liam was there, and I think Diane might have been there, and I think not sure if Ben was there or not. I had the Italian beef sandwich, right? Liam had some pasta. Diane had some pasta. And I eat it, right? I'm so hungry. I love Italian beef
Yeah, me too.
and some fries. So I'm like biting it. I'm like 3 bites in, and I'm just like chewing it. Like, and all of a sudden I tasted it. Oh God! It was the worst taste I've had in my mouth. I don't know, since I was a
Really?
child putting sauerkraut in or something, because it was horrendous.
How is it bad? I feel like
So
Italian beef is
it
actually kinda
tasted
easy.
like bad meat, dude. I'm not kidding. Like
Oh.
I never send food back, you know. I'm always gracious. I'm out, you know. I don't do it. I'm like, I called the dude over, like, dude, there's no way.
Take a
I can
bite
do
of
it.
this. Take a
It's
bite
not
of the
good.
sandwich.
He
Huh?
did too. He had
So he
some
goes,
good-
so first, before I call him over, right? I'm like, hey babe, you try a bite of this, see if it's me. She tries it. I said, Liam, you try it.
Yeah,
So they both tried a bite. And they were,
How was it, Liam?
it was foul.
So
Really?
there's
It was
about
bad. Something was
at
wrong.
this point about 5 bites bitten out of the sandwich, right? So I call the guy over. I'm like, dude, I can't eat this sandwich, man. I never send food back. I gotta send it back. I'm sorry. And he goes, oh no. I said, it just don't taste right, man. It tastes like it's bad, you know. So he goes, all right, no problem. You know, what do you want? I said, just give me some meatballs. You know, I'll take some meatballs. So he goes in the back. He goes, yeah, I got you. So he goes in the back and he comes back out, right? And he goes, yeah. He goes, sir, you were right. I took your sandwich in the back and took a bite off of it. And you're right. It didn't taste right. And he keeps talking, right? He lost me at I took a bite of your sandwich. I totally now
Yeah.
stop listening to you. I have no.
Right.
And he kept talking. You know, kept talking. I was stopped. I mean, he took a bite of my sandwich. Who does that? I've never heard of that. I took it in the back. I took a bite of your sandwich. I have to confirm. You're right. That's not good. I'm like.
Did you acknowledge it?
Well, I was still like frozen as he keeps talking, right? And he's done talking, right? I said, you took a bite of my sandwich? After saying about 10 more sentences after that. I'm frozen. I said, you took a bite of my sandwich?
What did he
I
say?
couldn't get over it. I still can't get over it. He goes, yeah. He goes, why? I said, I just can't believe he did it. But, all right.
To this day, I don't understand your problem. I don't get it.
What?
It happens all the time. I don't understand your
You
problem.
don't think waiters eat extra food?
Yeah.
Wait. You think
Yeah.
if somebody sends back a bad sandwich, the waiter's gonna go back there and take a bite off it?
Yeah.
Well,
He must know
probably
if he's bullshitting or not.
And probably the way that you described it and how you I know how you are, he's probably like, I gotta try this sandwich. What the hell's going on? I gotta see what's going on here.
He's definitely like, oh, this sandwich.
Yeah, you probably made such a weird, huge deal out of it
Yeah.
that he was like, I gotta see what's going on.
I just couldn't believe it. Like,
Waiters are back there all day eating everybody's food. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
you don't eat somebody's sandwich when they've been nibbling on it, gnawing on it, you know? You don't know. I don't know. When you don't know somebody, it's different, isn't it? Yeah. I can't. Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't do it. It was something. I think in one of those episodes we were talking about Chicago food. There was something else too, but I can't remember. But I remember that part.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. But we just went to Rosati's today. I went golfing today and this morning, and on the way back, I stopped at Rosati's and got a deep dish. And so we got a Rosati's here. I mean, the deep dish is decent, you know, but you can't get the thin crust. It's not that good, you know. There's no good thin crust here. So,
Yeah.
but the Rosati's was pretty good, you know. This if you're in the mood for a deep dish, it's good. And then yeah, so brought that back, and then we ate that, and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got
Go ahead.
Donato's out here, which is as close as I can get to Aurelio's. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It like mimics Aurelio's. You know, there's something missing that's
Yeah.
intangible. I don't know what it is. There's something missing.
Yeah.
But it's really good for here. It's
I have
as
to-
close as I'm gonna get, you know?
Yeah.
I have to bring this up now. Now that we're on the topic of Aurelio's. Dad, do you remember the Aurelio's pizza story where the guy pissed in the pizza?
Pissed in the pizza.
No, see, you're
I remember this clearly.
no, I know what you're talking about. We didn't piss on a pea. He's like screwing up a story, like making it like in kid funniness, like pee and poop and everything is funny to kids. No, so that was at Addison, I think, where it was like the Italian people that owned it. And I used to make fun with the guy all the time. I used to crack on him, and he'd crack back at me all the time. Well, that guy, he'd usually see this and stuff, and then sometimes he waited on us. But he still works there too. But he was bringing the pizza because I'm gonna bring it out myself to it. So I always give him a hard time, right? And flaps it over face first out of the ground. And
go back a little bit because you froze for me.
Yeah. The camera messed up, so go back.
What?
He said that he's gonna bring it out to you himself. That's the last.
Yeah, he said I'm gonna bring it out to you myself this time, and because he didn't, you know, I always gave him a hard time when I was in there all the time, so he'd give me a hard time back, and it was kind of fun jawing back and forth. So he goes, "Well, this time I'm gonna bring the pizza out myself. You know, you're gonna love it or something like that, right?" So he goes back to bring it out, and then as he's bringing it out, he just drops it face first onto the ground, right? And so it's a big pizza, you know, big pizza. Probably was 2 of them, and then right on the ground, and so then he didn't want to tell me because it was like I think like around the corner. I don't think I even saw it, and so one of the other girls, waitresses, came up and told me. You know, I said, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me." So I had to give him a hard time, man, when he was coming out. I said, "I heard what you did," but that's all he did. He just dropped it face first, Liam. He didn't pee on it.
He gave it to you.
That's not the same story that I remember.
Not the same story. All
No,
right.
this is a totally different occasion.
He gave it to you to eat.
What? The one that flopped down?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. Okay.
It just like took an extra half hour to get it.
Oh, okay. Got it.
I'm like, what happened to the pizza? I thought you were bringing it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you in a minute. And then the girl came over and she told us.
So what are you talking about, Liam?
The memory I have is I remember you bringing home Aurelio's when I was a child, and we were all trying it, and we were all like, "What the fuck is this?" And you were like, "It tastes like this guy pissed in it, like somebody pissed in it." So we went. I remember going back to Aurelio's with you, and you straight up just told the guy at the front, like, I think the guy pissed in the pizza. my memory. And they made a new pizza and everything. But I don't remember all of it because I was a kid. But
I don't
I
know. Could have happened because my memory is shot. So that sounds like something I would say. Definitely.
it stuck with me. I
I
still
don't.
remember how it tasted
I'm
too.
not usually. Yeah, I'm not usually too embarrassed to say how I feel.
Jeez. Hold on a second. You guys can go.
So, have you been playing any music lately?
It's, it's streaky. It's very off and on. Music is like
Yeah.
a fickle thing. I gotta really be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Just to find the time.
Yeah. I made an intro for the cast. I'll have to put it
That's
on.
cool though. Yeah.
It's just a little thing. But
Is it recorded?
it's all ready and good to go. It's like I like sampled some
cool.
stuff and put it together, and yeah, it's okay. It's decent.
We're not gonna get thrown in jail for
No,
copyright.
no,
All right.
it's own thing. Don't even remember what I sampled.
Posted. No trespassing. That's all I gotta say. I'm back
You're
on
still
that.
thinking about that. One
Oh my
podcast
God.
later, you're still thinking about the trespassing
that's-
stuff.
Yeah, no, that's just the funniest sign
It's-
to me. But
It is a waste of words for sure.
so anyway, Jeff, were you remember when you stayed with me at 415?
Yeah.
That was when was that?
That was the one like downtown, right?
That's the one in like Evanston.
Oh, I stayed there for my winter internship.
Yeah. What year was that?
I was in grad school, so
Yeah, 14 or something.
the winter of 2014.
Yeah. Okay. I think it was after that. I don't know if you guys know or remember if I told you. Maybe I probably told you. I don't know. But that movie, there was a movie almost filmed in our apartment with Liam Neeson,
Really?
and it was Widows. Liam Neeson's in it,
Called Widows?
and his other guys all die. I think. I didn't even see the movie, but and then the wives take over, like the bank robbery or whatever they were doing, right? He's in it, and so one of the people that finds the sets for the different scenes came to our building, and since I was a manager, he talked to me, and he goes, "Do you have a place in this building that would be cool for a hideout and for a bad guy to live, like a single guy, right?" I said, "Yeah." So I took him upstairs in the 415 building because he stopped at 415 only because it was a high-rise apartment community next to a train, and the train went right next to our thing. The commuter train to Chicago, and so that's why I stopped there. And so I said, "Yeah, I could show you some things." So I brought him up to the boiler room and everything. It's kind of a cool, kind of spooky place where you could kind of like plan your little plots and everything, right? He goes, "Oh, this is really cool, right?" So then he goes, "Yeah, now I need like a place for a guide, like a bachelor pad." I said, "All right, I'm thinking about apartment." So I had like the leather couch and the recliner. It was like black, and I had little black and gray paintings of the wall and shit. So it looked like a dude's place, right? And so yeah, he goes, "Yeah, this would work. This is great." So I'm like, "So we got to clear out if they choose this place?" Like he goes, "Yeah, but you could, be in the building. And I said, "Well, we get to hang out with Liam Neeson to meet him." He goes, "Yeah, we'll make sure you can meet him and everything." And he'll be using your apartment for his house, for his home, for his stay. Like, all right, cool. So I'm thinking, I keep your two pictures on the freaking nightstand or on the thing. Maybe they'll keep them there. I doubt it. So anyway, yeah, I talked to this guy later, and they narrowed it down to two buildings, two places. That it was us and somebody else, and they went the other route.
Oh man, you're about to be friends with Liam Neeson.
I know, dude. I know. That was cool. That would have
I'm
been
looking
cool.
at this movie too. It's stacked. It was directed by Steve McQueen. It's Viola Davis, Michelle
Viola Davis.
Rodriguez, Colin
Yep.
Farrell, Daniel
Well,
Kaluuya. It's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty well received too.
I remember the Viola Davis. Yeah. Yeah.
Dang,
That-
that sucks. You couldn't
I
have done
know.
stuff. I heard he gets hammered too. He parties.
Yeah, I bet he does. Yeah, I mean that's where I kind of got. That's where I got the name when I named Liam. I mean that's kind of where I got the name from him. LA's
I
a good
remember,
actor.
I remember the name discussion when I was a kid.
Yeah, I know. And you wanted Stone.
Max.
Well, yeah, that came too.
Yeah.
I think we had it down to like Rush, Stone, Max, and Liam.
Yeah.
Liam was the first thing I thought of, which really, and looking back on it now, is kind of what in my mind. Then I was on to the next. I was out of Rush for a while. I was out of this. I was out of that. I was out of Max. I was out of Stone, and then I just like at the end of the day, I'm like, this is the first one I thought of, and it just sounded cool. So it's kind of where it went. But yeah, I don't know. Liam Neeson's kind of a cool actor. I always liked him.
Yeah.
He lost his wife to she died
Hmm.
in a ski accident. Colorado, coming down the slope, ran into a tree.
Jeez. Sonny
Yeah.
Bono.
Yeah, she was young.
Or not Sonny Bono. Sonny from Sonny and Cher.
Sonny Bono.
Is that his name?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
you're
Yeah.
right.
He died the same way, didn't he?
I think you might be right. I think so. Yeah.
I usually am.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I don't know. But that would have been cool though, having him in the house, man. I was pumped there for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that'd been really cool.
Yeah.
You guys would get along, I bet too.
Yeah, man. I could see putting some down with him for sure.
How old is he?
Yeah,
Are you guys around the same age?
we got to be close,
Maybe.
right?
Got to be around the same age.
He's older.
I think he's a little. He's
No,
older,
yeah,
though, right?
he's
67.
born in 1952.
Oh, 9 years older. So he's 72.
72.
Wow. That's crazy. He looks good for 72.
I don't know if I've seen a movie with him in it. The more I think about it,
You never seen Taken?
as a small child, I don't really count that.
Schindler's List.
I haven't seen it. I have the. I'm reading the book right now, but
Yeah.
What the heck?
You've got to see the movie. It's only probably one of the best movies of all time.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
well, I got to finish the book first though. So
Okay.
Ray Fiennes and who plays the guy?
is Schindler's List, the one with the girl with like
Liam
the red
Neeson.
balloon.
Yeah.
No.
Liam Neeson is
I know,
guy
but
that
who plays the Jewish guy?
oh, that's
Is that Ben Kingsley?
Ben
No.
Kingsley, I think.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Good
He
movie.
did a good job in that too. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
wild.
It's a good movie.
Have you guys listened to Wind Rivers at all? No,
What was that?
No.
the band.
No.
I hadn't even heard of him until you told me about him.
Just give it a listen. Wind Rivers. Mark it down.
What do they
Is it like
sound like?
It's like
Is it like a
a
Crosby, Stills, and
I guess
Nash
they're
kind
like-
of thing?
what?
Is it like a Crosby, Stills, Nash kind of thing?
Nah, I wasn't really fans of them. I was fans of Neil Young, but not Crosby, Stills, and Nash. No, it's like a folk pop, I guess, kind of thing. But they got like some catchy tunes, and they're from Canada, Toronto, like Rush. And he moved down to Nashville, right? So we drove out to Nashville during the week. I got to work the next day. There and back just to see this band at the Ryman Theater, which is where the Opryland always was forever.
Yeah.
And cool old theater too, by the way. But
That's
and
when
then
you sent
we
me
got there
pictures of,
early.
right?
What?
Is that when you sent me pictures of the theater?
I might have. Yeah, I might have. Yeah. And but it was cool. It was a lot of fun. And then we got there early, so we wanted to hit the bar scene a little bit in Nashville, and then we walked behind the Ryman there, and he was there actually talking to his girl, I guess, 'cause I heard him say "I love you" or whatever, and then hung up. And I patted him on the back, man, and said, "Hey, we love you guys, man. We're coming to your show tonight." He goes, "Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it." And I guess that couldn't be Geddy Lee, right? We just pat him on the back and say, "Hey, we're gonna be your roadies. We're gonna hang out with you guys." No, but he was a cool dude. But they got just a cool sound, man. It's just kind of fun. And then it's like him and a girl. There's a girl singer too, and she's really good too. It's just kind of she's got like a smoky kind of voice, and I don't know. It just works for me. I don't know, and Diane likes it too a lot. So yeah, it was fun. It was a good show. Yeah, Nashville's fun. We've been there twice now. And that one bar is amazing. That Kid Rock's. That's cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't think
That's
I've ever
the way to
been.
go. I'm planning the trip to Japan next year. It's happening. I'm in the early stages of planning. I will be in Japan next year. Gonna make
I've
it
been.
work.
And
You
what is
been?
your
Oh,
goal?
yeah.
Huh?
I still have I think you brought back chopsticks, right? And I still use those actually for sushi and everything.
Yeah, I mean, America's number one, man. I'm sorry, but I think you should do it. You're a young man. You should see the world like I have.
Yeah.
But once you do, you're gonna realize, man, America's
Yeah.
number one.
Well, I went to Mexico recently, and I came back, and I was like, damn, it's nice to be in
America's
America. Like I'm feeling good about where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to some shitholes like in the Middle East and stuff like that, and I'm like, man,
Yeah.
America's awesome.
Yeah. I can only imagine. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just happy you didn't get like stopped by the cartel or something driving through those streets.
It's you go
You
through
guys drove
Sonoita,
it.
which is
You
like the
drove it.
border town, which we drove through Mexico. Went through the border town, Sonoita, and then we went to, and then it's just like highways with nothing around you. It's like a dead desert for like 2 hours, and then you're in a tourist town. So it's like you're totally.
Where'd you cross through?
Except for a random Jeep with a turret on it with the gun spinning around.
We actually, what's funny is one of the first things I saw when I crossed the border was the police with a turret on the back of the car. It was pretty. It was jarring at first, but it's cool.
Where'd you guys cross over?
We crossed over to Sonoita, like Arizona border. That sounds not amazing, but it's fine. Then we went to.
So Arizona. If you cross over in Arizona, you're probably in Sinaloa cartel.
Yes.
Area.
The low area for sure. But there was heavy police presence in the border town, and then the government's not going to let the
Who
cartel.
are all paid off, by the way, by the cartel.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, government won't touch the tourist areas, so it was safe. But it is funny how you have like all the nice tourist areas, and then like a block down is like rubble, like a war zone. It's like it's kind of shocking to see stuff like that.
I mean, those 4 white guys, didn't they just get shot, killed, and like thrown into a well? That was not that long ago.
Make a wish.
That's crazy.
Jesus.
That was like this year.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. I don't know. I measure the risk with the benefit.
I mean, you got to be looking for trouble. I feel like, right? Like, how do you get yourself in that situation? If you're going with Juarez or something
the wrong
over
place
there,
at the wrong
then
time.
I think that in some places they just have roadblocks, and it's not the
Oh.
police.
Yeah, I've seen them.
And they say if you want to keep going, give us $500 USD, and if you don't have it, you might have a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
they see you're American, they're gonna put a value on you. You know, might even hold you hostage.
I think that's more in like Juarez, like the Texas border and everything, though. I really
Yeah,
do.
Juarez is bad. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I would never go there, but
But-
I feel like they protect that Arizona path to Puerto Penasco like a lot.
I mean, look, they obviously want tourism, so they're gonna protect the tourist areas as much as possible. But also, just I mean, wherever you were, San Diego is better. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely go back to Mexico, but I got a lot of other places to go to.
Yeah, I've been to Mexico a couple times, Cancun for the honeymoon, and then I went like Tulum and stuff, and then in the Navy we went to Puerto Vallarta, and sketchy stuff going on though. We did some stuff down there in Mexico that was, you know, on the, off the coast of Mexico. It's some shady stuff.
With some cartel stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. But didn't you say that they were gonna charge you to use the bathroom or something?
Only in like certain places, like. Yeah, most of the time, like you're already like you're at dinner or whatever, you're already buying food. The bathroom's free. Like in the resort, the bathroom's free. But there are a couple here and there that charge you like nothing, basically. But, yeah, it was a fun trip. Fun trip. I didn't realize.
Go ahead.
I didn't realize that the ocean's tide changes like crazy, especially there where there's no drop off to the land, so the
Yeah.
tide just comes in like 200 feet. It leaves 200 feet and then it comes back 200 feet. I've never seen anything like that. I didn't even know that our ocean did that. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yep.
Well, there's a lot of critters around when the tide leaves. It's a lot of fun.
The moon controls all that.
Yeah.
It's interesting stuff.
Yeah, that's the goal. Japan next year. I want to see a bunch. I'd like to see most of the countries in the world. Most of them. That's the goal.
What are you gonna go with a friend or what?
Japan. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if my friend figures this stuff out. I'm gonna go regardless. So it'd be kind of nice. I think,
Japan's safe enough. Japan's safe enough. You can go by yourself.
Yeah, I've been kind of itching to do like a solo journey myself too. I think it'd be nice.
Japan by yourself would actually be kind of cool.
Yeah.
You just got to figure out the transit system. Transit system's tough.
Yeah, I'm sure that shit's crazy.
Yeah, just because like most of the world, there's always some kind of English going on. Japan, not so much.
Yeah.
Everything is truly in Japanese, and it's also like stuff that you can't even like really figure out because their characters are different than ours. So it's like using like a translation thing is tough too, just because like I can't type in this fucking weird H thing that I don't have those characters.
The translation thing has gotten so much better. Like you can actually point your phone at it, right? Like and it just does it for you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very clean. Japan is nice. It's a good place.
Yeah, that's some of my favorite food of all time. So I'm excited to try that.
Yeah, that's where you lost me. I can't do it.
Sushi and ramen. It's amazing.
Oh, I love sushi.
Yeah, so good. So good.
Here's my advice. I've never been to Japan, but I would say every time you go into a restaurant or into somebody's house, I would just say duck. I'm pretty sure the door frame is probably a little lower than American standard. I'm not sure. I just feel like, on a whole, that they might be a little shorter. So, is that a thing? I heard.
That's a good call, Liam.
We're not doing this.
I heard that they weren't standard 8-foot doors. That's all. I thought it was different.
I did not see any issues with that. As a 6-foot man, I was able to get around Japan just fine.
You think they have like 5-foot doors?
Apparently, the word on the street is incorrect.
Okay.
It's crazy too. Like if you go to like, I almost went to Vietnam. I think we were pretty close. The carrier pulled into Vietnam, I think, but we didn't. We had to go off and do some other stuff, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, when I was on deployment. But it's crazy going to Japan and Vietnam and knowing, like, not that long ago, they were some bad boys.
Yeah.
You know?
They were up to no
Like-
good.
Like, they're up to no good. Like, we had to drop some pretty serious bombs on Japan for them to be our friends. Like,
That's
Yeah.
a cut.
Yeah, they changed. They definitely changed.
and now we're very, very cool with Japan and pretty cool with Vietnam. So it's
I would love
Speaking
to
of
go to Vietnam as well.
Speaking of death, would you? How do you feel about mausoleums?
again.
What the fuck?
Why do you want a
Do
mausoleum?
you want to be in ashes or do you want to be buried?
Buried.
Yeah. Okay. That's how I always was too. Kind of thinking now, I'm like leaning toward ash. So,
You want to be on a mantle or spread?
well, I don't know, but I'd have to think about that one.
What made you change your mind?
This is a good cast right now. We're talking about. This is what you want in a podcast.
This
know?
might be the best moment so far. So where are you gonna spread your ashes? Good stuff.
When you're at a wake, I was just thinking about this. When is it appropriate to leave? Can you just, do you have to make the trip up to the casket to the line?
Depends on how close you were with the person.
Okay. So if it's just an acquaintance, let's just
Yeah,
say,
if it's a family friend that you didn't know that well, it was like your parents. Like, I'm not for you, but like, if it's somebody like your friend and Liam goes, then he's probably not. He probably doesn't need to stay that long.
Does he have to go through the procession? Is he gonna say, "Hey, I'm sorry," to shake their hands, and their little hands?
No.
Not at all.
So he can just.
If the people
show
don't
up
know
and
you,
start out.
they don't want to like shake your hand and hear that.
Yeah, don't start like introducing yourself to people.
Right. You're like, hi, I'm Liam. I'm Jeff's son. Nice to meet you. I'm very sorry for your loss. Nobody wants to meet anybody new at a wake.
This is not really like a social like networking. event.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's always an awkward thing. I always feel like even if I barely knew the person or didn't know them, just knew of them because of somebody else, right? And then you show up. I always felt like compelled to go up and make the circuit.
That's inappropriate. That is inappropriate of you.
What do you mean? No, you got to go up because what if
Do
it's
the
the mother of a guy I work with or something, right? So the guy is up there. So I go, hey man, sorry, buddy, And then you got to go over to the casket and just kind of bow your head,
That is good. Yes. Yes.
This is normal.
even though you don't
You
know.
don't need to meet their family though.
Yeah. I mean, you really
You're
don't have
there
to go
for
up
your
to the casket.
friend
But
in
they're
that situation.
standing there up there, Like, what do you mean? You got to say, oh, sorry for your loss, right?
You're meaning the family standing next to the casket?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Holy
I am.
shit.
I've never
That
been
is
to a
the
wake
last
like that.
time- That is the last time
I've
you
never been to a wake with a family staying next to the casket the whole time. They're sitting down.
Family's next to the casket. I'm a mile away from the casket.
Yeah, you don't go up to the casket, huh?
That's crazy.
I think you do.
No.
Because I think you have to let it be known that you're there, and I'm here for you.
There's no reason. They're not hoping that Jeff Shipley is there, and I hope he comes and shakes my hand.
Yeah, I hope he introduces himself. I'm at the casket morning.
Yeah, you signed a book that you were there, I guess.
You don't even have to go to the casket. Like everybody grieves in different ways. Nobody's even paying attention. I feel like this does not matter. You can do it.
Yeah, I agree. You don't have to. I would go to the casket,
I do.
and
I think you got to
pay your
make a lap.
respects, say a little prayer, but you don't need to meet their family if you don't know.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't.
You shouldn't be meeting anybody new at a wake.
Yeah, it's
Well, why not? Like, what if this is your friend from work, right?
Because
He's
nobody
gonna
wants
say,
to meet
this is
anybody
my
at a
mom.
wake.
This is my mom, Sally, Sally. And then you're like, oh, I'm sorry for your loss. You'd never met her in your life, but you got to say that, and then you got to look over there at the husband.
Okay, if the person you came with to support introduces you to their family, yes, obviously don't be rude. Meet them and say, I'm sorry. But do not seek them out without the friend that you came there with.
You don't seek them out like the wife of the guy that just died and say, hey, man, you don't know me probably, but I'm your son's like buddy at work, and I'm really sorry for your loss.
No,
don't do that.
You don't
show my respects.
No.
Absolutely not.
We're gonna have to
She doesn't
write
want to
into
meet you.
Abby.
She has no interest in meeting you. She no. The answer is no.
That might have helped her out. That might have put her over the top.
Yeah, I'm sure she thought about that long after. That carried her through her darkest time.
It didn't put her over the top.
We're gonna be like, I know you guys are young, but we're gonna be drinking here. We're gonna have to go pee like every 2 seconds here in a minute.
Yeah, you will.
It's an older guy thing, I guess. I don't know.
Me and William are.
I gotta go. Have
are
you ever
spry.
if you ever waited maybe just a little too long?
Yeah.
Let's say like an airport. Let's say like an airport, right? And you have to go around the bend, right? And you get into the bathroom, right? And it's usually pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the line of urinals down there, right? On the side. Have you ever had to go so bad and you've done it enough where you can gauge the distance that you can shoot? Have you ever pulled it out?
For sure.
About 8 feet from the urinal and started. And
I have.
Followed it right to
I'm not proud of it. But I've done it. I've done it. I know what's up. Yep. And I've taken it out a little too early.
You can get some real distance.
But also, I if I saw somebody do that, I also, which I have, I'm also not like, yo, what the hell, dude? Like, I get it.
Unless I think it's your urinal he's coming to.
Everybody gets it. I think in the men's bathroom that you can It's all right. It's okay.
Yeah. But if you do it enough, you know your distance. It's kind of like a golf shot, like a 7-iron, right? You know how far you can hit it? After a while, you know how far you can like start launching.
Yep. Great guest. Great guest.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, the only time I really do is if I'm driving. And
Yeah.
that's
When
the
you
only
stand
time
up, that like activates it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
I
no,
was in maybe I said this already, I don't know, but I was in Florida with these guys golfing, right? And I was driving Andre's car. I don't know why I was driving it, but we were going to I think the next golf course, right? And we were out there like 5 days, I think, going different golf course every day. And I pull it over, man, 'cause I gotta go. I can't wait. And it's in the middle of like expressway and rush hour. I pull it over. I'm like, all right, everybody on that side, open your doors. He's like, what are you doing? I said, I gotta pee, man. He goes, right here in rush hour? I said, yeah, open your door. So then I go and I come back around. He goes, that's the damnedest shit I ever seen, Jeff. He goes, if us black folk did that, we'd be hauled off to jail. He goes, I never seen nothing like that. I said, well, you gotta go, you gotta go. I was down there golf with him and like his buddies, and yeah, they were all black. I don't give a shit. And we had a great time. It was fun, but it was just yeah, it was put out by the white boy to just pulled off on the side of the road. I mean, I had to go.
I'm the same way. Like Katie always yells at me for having to go, and I'll drop everything. I'm like, I don't know, I don't care where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, is what it is.
And have you ever thought about this? Like I'm at work sometimes, and I'll be already thinking about the kind of pants I have on, right? So I've got one pair where you button it at the top, right? And you zip it up. Before you zip it up, there's a button inside the zipper that like you button one side over to the other side down there, right? And then you zip it up. So that's an extra kind of pullover, little tautness right there.
Why?
And then up top, you button it on the top, and then you pull it all the way over and buttons again, and then you put your. So I'm thinking like when I'm going to the bathroom, and if I have these pants on, I'm thinking as I'm running to the bathroom, you ain't gotta go yet. You ain't gotta go yet, because I'm trying to trick myself because I know I got to get through 3 buttons, a class.
Why do you have pants like that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know. Like these need to be thrown out. But I don't
get
think
new
about
pants.
it.
Do you have to button the button on the inside of the zipper? Like I just wouldn't button that one.
Yeah, no. I know. When I think about it, I don't. But sometimes in the morning I just
You do it anyway.
yeah, it's that one. Those pair are rough, and I ain't gonna lie, that's scary times. But yeah,
I bought new pants today, actually.
would you get? Are they stretchy?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Like the older you get,
Once you go above the age of 30, you're getting the stretchiest clothes you could possibly get.
so I know it's got to be comfy, you know.
Yeah, I'm for maximum comfort, and also my weight fluctuates so much that I don't know what's going on. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I need stretchy, sometimes I need a belt. You know, it could be anywhere.
Yeah, you need room to expand
Exactly.
on a daily.
Or contract. Contract is nice.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I'll be in DC for most of the week this week, so I
Really?
needed some more khaki pants.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You got to fly then, or are you driving?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm very excited as well to fly because Ronald Reagan National Airport has a Centurion Lounge,
Oh, okay.
and it's for people who have the black card or the Amex Platinum, and I have the Platinum.
Mm. I've
So,
seen those.
yeah. The only reason why I have it is because I was in the military and it's free for me. Otherwise, it's like $690 a year, and I would never pay that for a credit card. But you get it for free if you're in the military, and I've never been to a Centurion Lounge, so I'm very excited. I'm gonna get there 3 hours early just to hang out in this lounge.
All right.
Nice.
I'm pumped. It's like gourmet food,
Yeah.
premium drinks. You could shower
That's
there
cool.
if you wanted. I'm very excited.
Wow.
And there's also a very nice lounge that I have access to at the Charleston Airport. So, it's no Centurion Lounge, but it's a very nice lounge. So I'm excited to go.
Nice.
Yep.
Airport travel is always, it's never fun, really.
Yeah, lounge access though is the game changer. If you have access to a lounge, your whole airport experience is much different
Yeah.
than just sitting in the chairs out there with Gen Pop. It's
Yeah, I know, and you see everything out there. Well, that reminds me of something too. Like, how old is too old to breastfeed?
to breastfeed.
Yeah.
If you have a child, you should be breastfeeding for the medical benefits of it.
Do you
Why?
think 8
Oh, you mean the kid?
or 9 years old is too much?
Yes, the kid. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the mom.
Because I've seen that at an airport. The kid had to be 8 or 9.
No,
Like, how
no way.
is it? It might be. It might be like a religious thing. It could be like a certain ethnic
There's no.
group.
Were they walking?
Huh?
Were they walking?
Were they walking? No, she was sitting.
I know, but was the kid? Could the kid walk?
Yeah, the kid could walk.
Then they should not be breastfeeding. That's weird.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't.
If the kid could like, ask for it with words, that's too old. That's too weird.
It's a little creepy.
Yes,
It's creepy, man.
it's inappropriate at some point, man.
I
That's
couldn't
wild.
even believe it. Yeah, I couldn't even believe it. I mean, it still freaks me out. I can't. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's no good. That's weird.
So I don't know. Can we get away in January for this little bourbon crawl?
I can.
We're gonna check. Can you? All right. What are you gonna do? You gonna drive or fly or what do you think?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll drive.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot to do down here.
I will drive. And but yeah, January is great. I'll I don't know if you know this, Liam, but I tried to go over to Dad's house for at this point I was calling you Jeff at first on this podcast, but there's no way that people don't know that we're all related at this point. So I think we can drop the formalities.
Okay.
And for the listener, if you didn't know, Liam is my brother, and who you're seeing as Big Daddy right now is my father, Jeff. But I don't know if you know this, Liam. But I tried to go over to Dad's house for Thanksgiving, and he banished me for Diane's children and their boyfriends.
Oh God.
Whoa.
Oh God.
Yeah, I tried
you
to go.
serious,
I tried to go over to his house for the first time and be with my family
Yeah.
on Thanksgiving,
Yeah. Why
and
can't
he
you
said no.
ever come
Diane's children's boyfriends are more important.
here?
So I'm going to. This is a secret. So if you ever talk to my children, don't tell them. But I'm going to Disney World. I'm taking my family to Disney World for Thanksgiving. We're gonna spend 3 or 4 days there, and then Christmas time we're going back to Illinois, and then January we hit the bourbon. We hit the trail. We hit the trail, guys.
Hit the
All
trail.
right. All right. I think you should hit Tennessee anytime between there. That's what I think. You should come over this way.
Well, I don't know.
You tried to. No. So,
I just don't know.
yeah, we should.
I could drive to your place on the way to Alina,
I know. I thought about that too.
and then
I thought about that
then
too.
you and I drive
We
together
drive together then.
the rest of the way
Yeah.
up there,
Makes sense.
Yeah, I thought about that too. That'd
We
be
should,
good.
which
we
would
should
be cool.
We should hit Maker's Mark. That's the one I wanted to hit for sure.
Maker's Mark.
Yeah, I like Maker's Mark. What's wrong?
That's like one of the very few bourbons that I don't enjoy. I will go for you, Liam, but you know,
No, yeah.
Maker's Mark is, I don't know. It's weird to me. It's too much cherry, I think. I don't like cherry.
Oh, see, that's kind of why I like it.
Okay, you like cherry? Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Cherries are
Yeah, I'm not a
anything
cherry
cherry
fan either.
flavored to me is like I don't know,
Don't get it. It's the best.
like Robitussin. It's like, oh, can't do it.
That's why I don't like cherry. Because the cough medicine when I was a kid, even the prescribed stuff was all cherry flavor. It's the only flavor.
I mean,
they had.
Robitussin is the worst thing to put to drink in your life. I mean, Robitussin is so disgusting that I would rather just have the cough or cold. It's the worst. It's
How
disgusting.
I feel about
Worst
Pepto-Bismol.
tasting thing ever.
You just gotta close your eyes and
No,
man up, swallow
I
it.
can't.
You just
Robitussin
gotta
is
get a
so
man
bad.
up. Yeah.
I remember as a kid just freaking out. I remember over at your place on Susan Lane, you guys would put me on the counter because I was too small to like jump off the counter, you know? So you guys would put me on the counter that way I couldn't escape. And then I remember one day I was brave enough and I was like, I'm jumping off this freaking counter. And I jumped off before you guys could give me the medicine and I ran away. I was like, hell yeah. I jumped off. Basically
yeah,
a cliff.
they won't find me now.
Basically a cliff. I jumped off. I free dove off the counter. And yeah, I'm sure I ended up doing it anyway, but
Isn't it funny the things you remember? Like the weird
I know
things
it's so crazy. Like I remember the colonies very well. I have very
Yeah.
specific memories, just like little snapshots of the colonies. And I
Yeah.
was young. I was very young at the colonies. I don't know what the youngest I would have been there, but pretty young.
Yeah, you were like, I mean, yeah, I mean, you 1, 2, 3. You were, I think, you were about 4.5. I think when we moved into that house.
Yeah.
So it's a
My
colony.
first memories ever were at the colonies. So I mean I was
But I worked there and then I lived there afterwards. You know,
yeah.
after the divorce and everything. So I lived there and then you came there a lot when I was working there. So used to wear your cap.
No, I remember all that. I
You
I
wear your
remember a
cap
lot
belt.
of you after
Yeah,
the divorce. You guys
You were the
you
security
living there.
guard for the
Yeah.
property.
I remember all of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That was
It was
so
awesome.
cute though. Yeah, you wore that damn thing like You were hot stuff, man. What,
Yeah,
you
it was a
rolled-
gun that shot little discs,
Yeah.
and it actually kind of hurt. You know?
Yeah, no, they did.
Yeah, because that was probably in the
walk-
late '90s, early 2000s, and those things were industrial grade.
I know those were cool though. They don't make those anymore.
No, they don't. We got the girls their first Nerf guns,
yeah.
and after 2 days, we took them away. Yeah,
They're too powerful.
Addison shot Scarlett in the face, and that was it.
God.
We're all done. Because we got them, and I set like little targets for them, and we made it very clear, you guys can't point these at each other. So we were just shooting targets, but then there was an accident.
Yeah. It was funny you mentioned Big Daddy the other little while ago because my screen says that, I guess. But
Yeah.
Diane had to get on a Teams call with her sister, her brother, and this other lady because they're trying to, take care of her mom, Diane's mom, because she's going to go in memory care, and they're going to, have to take care of the condo that she was in and sell it, clean it out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So she got on a conference call with all them, and I think maybe some lady that's kind of helping a little bit along the way with the procedures. And she got on using mine, and mine says Big Daddy. So she was Big Daddy for the call.
Nice.
She goes, "You idiot! I was logged in as you. You're Big Daddy on my screen."
Were they calling her Big Daddy?
Yeah.
Nice.
Funny.
You wearing a chain, Liam? You wearing jewelry? You're a jewelry guy? You wearing jewelry?
Not really. Kind of forget it's there. It's been like years. I think since like fresh out of high school, I've been wearing one. So don't even think about it.
I haven't noticed.
Yeah. Just
So when do you start wearing like rings? When do you go full Johnny Depp?
I actually had bought one, but I don't think I'm ever gonna wear rings. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I don't have it in me. That's a big step to make, to go to wearing rings. That's
a big step. Doing like bracelets, like leather bracelets and rings and stuff. That's a big
brave
step.
Yeah, you gotta have some bravery there.
But the gateway is a necklace. That's the gateway jewelry for most men.
So you think it's like a slippery
Is it-
slope?
It's a slippery slope.
Okay, just
I'm
what
just
we say-
saying.
What?
Keep an eye on it. Just
Okay, I'll keep it in check.
if you feel that you're gonna fall and slip,
It's
call me. I'll talk sense to you.
a desire is there.
Don't wear jewelry.
You have to tame it.
Good.
It's inside of me. Yeah.
What else
You-
you got?
Is that ear hair? Do you have ear hair now?
Who?
Well, first of all, do either one of you have to deal with ear hair?
On the outsides.
Yeah. How often do you have to like trim that?
I don't know. Whenever I notice it,
Yeah.
every month maybe.
Okay. It'll get more frequent as you get older.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, Diane reminds me,
inside
yeah, but
that
tell
bad, but like just on like the very outside of my ear, it
Right.
gets real fuzzy.
yeah, I got to do that too. I got little hairs grow off of that, and then inside too. So,
Mm.
and then on your lobe itself, so like you're just I got that made for TV with the hand, with the arm, and
Yeah, I got that.
and I got to do it like every couple of days, man. I ain't kidding.
I get nose hairs like a motherfucker. I have to do my nose hairs like once a week.
Yeah.
That just started for me like a year ago. And
No, I got the little special
crazy.
butter thing that's just like a cylinder.
Yeah, I got that too.
I've
Yeah,
just
my
been
nose
waiting.
hairs get crazy.
Yeah.
You got that too, Liam?
Yep. I've been plucking them.
Oh, plucking them.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Oh God.
The only instrument I have to.
You're a savage. What are you, a
Don't you-
pilgrim?
Don't you start crying? You cry from it?
Yeah, if you do anything with your nose, dude, at least for me,
Yeah,
like my
you
eyes
start
start
watering
It makes
your
your eyes water
Yeah.
Yeah,
uncontrollably.
once
I
a
mean,
month.
not you're not crying.
No,
You're
I would
you're
never.
not fucking crying.
I would
Yeah.
never cry.
It's an involuntary, makes your eyes water.
It's bodily function. It's
Right. Completely natural.
completely.
Yeah. Dad cries,
Oh
You know.
yeah,
but it's just eyes watering.
Yeah, well,
every time.
yeah, get older. The older you get sentimental.
You start crying.
See your boys grow up. Touches your heart a little bit.
We're all growing up. What's nice though is the Shipleys. We have decent hair.
Well, until you get to my dad, and he had no hair.
Yeah.
Really?
And then Kenny didn't get much either, so he's bald. So then,
Well, our line, they say if you make it past 27 and you're not balding, then you're probably going to have decent hair. And I feel like we all have decent hair
Yeah.
for our age,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's starting to go a little
no,
bit.
I know.
It might hang on.
I know,
Yeah, when
but
I
there's people who bald in their early 20s,
yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
a lot of genetics, but they say after 27, if you still have a good amount of hair, then you're probably going to be decent,
I played music with a guy who was bald by 18.
Yeah.
I mean, it
That's
happens.
rough. That's rough.
And my dad was young too, and so was his brother. So when I was 23, 24, my hair started falling out like crazy. I'm like, that freaked me out. And then all of a sudden it stopped. But I got lucky. But I used to have a lot of hair. Like my hairline's like receded, but I used to.
Yeah, for your
I
age
used to
though,
have like a lot of hair.
you got a good head of hair though for your age,
Yeah, I'm just happy I still got any hair. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
No, you got, most people have the Louis C.K. at your age, it's like they're trying to hang on to just
Yeah, right.
here,
I do have this bump on my head right here. I'm actually gonna go on Friday to a surgeon.
You're gonna do,
Talk
what are you
to
gonna do,
him.
plugs?
No, I got a bump on my head. Like,
Oh, a bump. Oh, I thought you meant like for hair transplant.
can you see it? It's a big one. Look at that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it, but
Yeah, maybe a little bit. It's like
Right.
your hair is moving.
yeah, I've had it for like God knows, 10 years. I don't know. But I had one on my shoulder too back here, and I had that one cut out.
I remember that one.
Yeah. And
That was just like fatty deposits though, right? It wasn't.
right, that's what they say this is too. It's like a big, boom. And so he said, "Yeah, we'll cut it out. We should be able to get just one little slice all the way across, right?" Nah. He goes, "Up, this one's gonna be tough." I'm like, "What?" So he's like, "I'm a belly." He's just digging at it, right? He's like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to dig it all out." I'm like, "Oh, great."
Did you do general anesthesia or is it just local?
Locals.
Okay.
I was awake. So I don't know. So I don't know if this is just gonna be like, I'm gonna talk to you about it, or just bend your head down. We'll take care of it right now. I don't know. But then it means they're probably gonna have to shave right there. And then, but I've heard like your head like tends to bleed a lot. So I may just bleed out.
I mean, it bleeds a lot, yeah.
I'm not
I
sure.
mean, if it's nothing and
This
they've
might be a
already
volcano.
confirmed that it's nothing, why not just leave it?
I've left it for 10 years. And now I don't want to leave it. I'm just like tired of having it. It's like,
Okay.
I don't know. Every time I feel it, it's like, I just want it off now,
Yeah. No, I get it.
I don't know why, but all of a sudden, like, it's just bothering me now. I don't know.
Would you rather have a little shaved patch there or that bump?
Well, I'd like to have them take care of it, and then I get a little more hair growing back out over it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Which is
That's a
nice.
good question. I got to find out. Does he think hair would even grow if he cuts it
I
out?
mean, if there's a lot of scarring, or if that area maybe impacted by that. I don't know. These are good questions.
Yeah, you're gonna have to shave your head.
It would not
You should just bick
good
it.
look.
Yeah, just shave it.
Huh?
Shave your head.
Bick the hair,
Yep.
I wish I was brave. I wish I had enough courage to just bick my head and be done with it.
What do you mean
And
bick?
just-
What does that mean? Oh, shave it?
like a bick?
Oh, shave it.
Razor?
Yeah.
You know,
right now,
you know how
yeah.
awesome that would be? How easy.
So easy.
You never have to do haircuts anymore?
Yeah,
I'm
I
getting
know.
a buzz cut this week just because of that.
I don't have to
Right
do
now,
$30
I would look like
every
I had
3 weeks, you know?
I would look like I had a tumor on my head right now if I did that.
Well, you would get it out and then shave it. You're getting a buzz cut, Liam?
Yeah, I've had one before. I'm gonna get it again. It's
Like a 0?
no, it's like a 2 or something.
Okay.
Pretty low. I guess not a true buzz cut, but
Yeah. I remember at OCS, they hit us with the 0, and just like feeling your head is just like crazy, you know?
yeah.
Just like feeling your bare head. I remember
Yeah.
like at OCS when they gave us the haircuts, I was just like feeling my head a bunch. I was like, geez, this thing is crazy.
I
just feeling
I
your
remember
bare head.
that too. And you kind of like feel the wind on your scalp and everything. And it's
Yeah,
weird.
you get used to it though, you know?
Yeah, you do.
And then it's like no big deal.
It's pretty shocking at first, though. It's pretty
Yeah,
weird.
no, it is. It's very shocking.
Yeah.
But I should have stuck with it. I should have just kept doing it.
Yeah.
But I grew my hair back out like a coward.
I think we should all start shaving it.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys. Now that I'm thinking about it too. We had somebody come over that this is a friend, right? And have you ever done this move? Have you ever gone to someone's house, right? And like here, we don't wear our shoes in the house, you know. We got some
Yeah.
slippers, whatever. You ever gone to somebody's house and brought your slippers with you?
No. That's psychopath behavior.
I know. Shoes come off. They pull the slippers out of the bag. They put them on.
Who?
I mean, honestly, I kind of like the move, but who would do that?
Yeah, obviously, I would love to bring my slippers to everywhere I go. that is the move. If you don't care about being a psychopath,
Oh my god!
you know, I would. I mean, obviously, I would do it at like your place or Katie's family's. You know,
Yeah,
I bring
yeah,
slippers.
yeah.
But like, no.
Or did you ever have that person that comes over and like you want the shoes taken off and they don't have socks? They got their bare feet. That's a problem.
That's a problem.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go home and put some socks on because you can't be around here in your bare feet.
I mean,
You know,
I'm
especially if
typically.
you don't know them that well. You know what I mean?
I'm never sockless though.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a sandals guy.
Yeah.
I don't wear sandals ever.
But it may not. But it may be somebody coming over to your house. You know, and then they take their shoes off and they're talking to you. They got their legs crossed.
I know, but
and
I would never be in
got
a
their feet
situation
hanging
where I
out.
wouldn't have socks on. Like I don't wear anything where I don't wear socks.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about somebody that comes over to your house.
I know. I'm talking about me being in that situation. You know,
Yeah.
it's impossible. I would never do that. But
I'm
keep your
talking
shoes
about
on at that point. I'd
I'm
rather
talking
you keep
somebody-
your shoes on than be barefoot in my house.
Huh?
I'd rather you keep your shoes on than be barefoot.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
If
That's
you're
where
a
I'm at,
guest,
too. That's where
you
I'm
know?
at too.
Like not family, like a guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I don't
You
know
mad?
you, like I'm asking you to put your socks back on.
Yeah,
That's
like if you're coming over for dinner, you know, you don't have any socks or shoes on. That's
sockless at the dinner table.
a wild move. It's a wild move.
Crazy.
You know?
I have a dilemma here. I have a hypothetical situation.
I'm very excited. for this.
I was at Ronan's Ramen about 3 years ago.
Say again.
I was at Ronan's ramen shop about 3
Okay,
years.
ramen shop. Got it.
Yeah, it's in Glenview, Illinois.
Mhm.
We were having a good dinner meal. It was a date basically. It's a good dinner date. Food is good. I did
With
go
a
to the
woman.
bathroom. What?
You're with a woman?
Yeah, this is 3 years ago. So it was a great
Sweet.
This is a great meal. I had to go to the bathroom and excuse myself. It was a rough trip. It was a rough bathroom trip.
They all are.
Toilet clogged. Okay, I look around.
At the restaurant.
Yeah, this is in a small restaurant, like 4 tables in the restaurant.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's bad. I look around. I realize it's clogged. I take a moment. I look around. No plunger.
Yeah.
No plunger. So the strategy here is I wait for the water to fall down. I try to flush it until the water rises, and then I wait and I cycle this.
Yeah.
Problem. I flush it too many times.
It's coming over the top.
It's over the top. It's all over the floor.
Oh
water's
my
at the very top.
god.
Now this is worst case scenario. So the dilemma here is, do you walk out of that and tell the employees?
No.
No.
You leave the country. You go to Japan. And live the rest of your life.
I immediately got the check and left.
You left the girl
There-
sitting there.
If I'm on a date, there's no chance I'm telling anybody. We're getting out of there.
No.
In any other situation, though, yes, I'm telling the wait staff, like, hey, there's an overflowing toilet in there. I'm telling them. But if I'm on a date with a girl, no, we're out of there. I'm never
Yeah.
telling a soul.
I didn't say a single
And-
word to anyone.
Even if you're not with a date and you tell them, you don't say it was you. I went in there and I had to step in water to take a piss.
Yeah, I
Something
went in there,
happened
there was water all over the floor. Get it
Yeah.
together, guys. Come on. What kind of restaurant is this?
Get it together. Jeez. Yeah.
That's the sinking feeling when you go to flush it and then nothing happens. You know?
I was in there for like 25 minutes just trying to save myself in there, like desperation.
Oh, so she knew you were dumping out.
Oh yeah, she knew. I let her know.
That's bold too. If I'm in a situation, I'm only pooping the amount of time it takes to pee.
That's,
You know?
that's crazy. That's impossible for me. Not possible.
I mean, when you when you do horse piles like me, you spray the bowl, then you're good to go.
That's
I've had for like a decade, so
it was a rescue mission in there for 25 minutes.
that is crazy.
You as time goes on, you'll learn you've got to do the pre-flush, you know?
Yep. I learned my lesson.
Oh yeah. You
the
break
time-
that in half.
That was just one of multiple times.
Yeah, you pinch it off, flush, keep it moving.
You got to multiple.
How'd the
Yeah.
rest of the date go?
I felt pretty good actually. I felt pretty good about it.
A little light on your feet.
I think when I left and the day was over, I immediately called my friend. You got to inform him a little bit. It was a good feeling actually. And then I felt really bad for the employees who had to walk in to the bathroom and then, but
Yeah, you got to go scorched earth on that one and just
you got to just take
let
your
it
loss.
be. Chuck that
That's
one
what
up to an
you-
L.
You should have burned your shoes too.
Yeah. Pretty funny.
Have you met any girls in Kentucky? Is there anything going on?
Nah, not really. It's a big life change, so I haven't really
Yeah.
given that much of a
You got a
thought.
lot going on, obviously.
Yeah, a lot going on. I'm still trying to get my life in order too. I feel like Now I'm 24, almost 25. I feel like it's time to like get some shit in order. So I'm not really focusing on that.
Like what? What are we talking about here?
I've never consistently kept any of my belongings like clean and put away.
Solid.
Just a bunch of stuff like that. Laundry is
Yeah.
always like not done. I don't know. Feel like
Yeah.
if you're looking for a partner, you should have your stuff together first.
That's
fair.
That all makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, you don't want to invite somebody back to a mess. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. I feel like if I take care of myself, I can also take care of a girl better as well. So
Yeah,
For sure. Yeah.
that's the goal. That's the goal. Kids one day as well.
It's a very responsible outlook.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
trying.
mature outlook. Yeah. I was not like that.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I found another shark tooth today.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you did. Cool.
Yep. Yeah. When I go hunting, I'm about 1 to 2 teeth per hour of looking, I would say.
Yeah, that's
So-
cool.
Are these giant shark teeth? Or are they just
No,
like-
dude, I'm still on the hunt for the megalodon. I don't have a megalodon tooth yet, but I really want one, and I feel like I will find one soon.
Are the teeth
Um,
you're getting from like present sharks, or are they also like extinct?
No,
these
they're
fossils
all
or-
extinct.
Oh,
Yeah, these are fossil teeth.
cool.
Yeah, they're all extinct. Like the one I found today is an extinct species of great white shark that went extinct like maybe 2 million years ago. So,
Wow.
but
From the tooth
It's-
alone, you can tell the species is pretty cool.
yeah, no, you can. And it's, it's tough because you got to find the different layers of clay that match up probably with that, year. And that's kind of the layer that you should be looking for.
Mhm.
But it's tough. It's just tough to kind of figure it out. And yeah, but luckily, I'm in a new construction neighborhood, so there's excavators doing the work for me.
Yeah,
And I
really.
go there on the weekends when there's no construction workers out there, and I go through what they've already dug. I find almost all of my shark teeth in ponds that they dig out to create a pond.
Hmm.
So it's pretty deep to make a pond. So that's basically where I find all of them.
Have you ever found like, I know there's like a bunch of like old arrowheads from like when the like Native Americans and stuff made those.
No, I found arrowheads in Illinois, but I've never found any out here.
Yeah, I'm always looking for those, and I never find them.
Yeah, I found arrowheads in Illinois, quite a few times actually. And then also I stumbled upon just like, exploring in the woods in Illinois. There was like a dig site by an archaeological crew of a like Indian site. And there was all kinds of like shit going on, pottery and all that stuff. They had it
pretty
all like stenciled out, and they dug perfect squares,
Yeah.
But
Cool.
yeah, no, it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
A lot of Indian activity in Illinois.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the plantations out here though are very, very cool. I mean, I live within like 8 minutes of like 4 or 5 plantations, and there's a lot of really cool stuff going on.
Yeah,
in there.
how'd you like that one though? How'd you like that one, that Magnolia one?
We didn't go.
Oh, that's right. You didn't go.
We didn't go. We had to cancel it because we had to bring Scarlett to the hospital. for asthma stuff. So
Yeah.
we were supposed to go a few weeks ago to Magnolia for a fall wine thing,
Yeah.
and but Scarlett had an asthma thing going on, so we had to bring her to the ER. And that took, pretty much all day. So, well, guys,
Yep. Yeah. We wrapping this up?
you got anything else?
No. I think next time we need to talk about like cults.
Hmm.
It's a little.
Oh, I mean, I don't think I mentioned this, but I did go shrimping and made a killing. We
Really?
got a lot of shrimp.
Oh yeah.
Went shrimping with a buddy. He's stationed out here. He's in the Navy still, and he has a small boat, and we went out and caught a lot of shrimp. Very nice. He's married to a Australian woman who he met on deployment when they did a port visit to Australia, and his brother-in-law, who was visiting America for the first time from Australia, he came out with us as well. And you catch him with a cast net. So basically, you put like PCB pipe, and you slam it into the ground as hard as you can, and then you have these shrimp bait patties that you throw near the pole so that you know where the bait is. And then you wait, 20, 30 minutes, and then you use a cast net, huge cast net, and you throw it out there, and you drag up the net and catch as many shrimp as you can. So, we all had our duties, basically. I drove the boat the whole time. Garrett, my buddy in the Navy, he threw the cast net because he was the best at it. I threw the cast net a couple times, and that's when I caught that horseshoe crab. Didn't I send that picture to you guys?
Yeah, I saw it. You might have just sent it to me. I don't know. Maybe send it to Liam too.
I'll send it to Liam too. I got the horseshoe crab and a bunch of shrimp.
I
And,
hate crabs, man.
I threw it 2 or 3 times, and it did pretty well. But I'm good at driving boats, so I drove the boat. He threw the cast net, and then his brother-in-law picked all the shrimp off the bottom of the boat and put it in the cooler, and we got an absolute ton of shrimp. It was crazy.
Have you cooked any of it yet?
Yeah. I cooked it and ate it, and very, very good. I like it.
Nice. Fresh shrimp is amazing. I had a lot of that in Mexico. It's good stuff.
Yeah, shrimp season allows you to fill up a cooler. So once you fill up a cooler, then you've met your limit. But then you just go the next day if you want. But at a time, you only catch 1 cooler order.
Yeah, you did send it to both of us. It's crazy looking.
The horseshoe crab?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very, very cool.
I don't like them.
Oh, wow. That's weird looking now. Dang.
Yeah. Remember I told you that if you ever see one on the beach that it's flipped over, flip it back right side up because they can't flip themselves over when they're on their backs.
Did you see it, Liam? Look at that.
I'm looking for it.
Here.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. God, I hate those things, man.
They're prehistoric.
Ugh.
When I caught it, I knew a lot about them, but Garrett was like, "Do they sting?" And I was like, "No, man, they're crabs."
Yeah.
But because they have a long tail, so they look like they could sting you with the tail, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's like a bony tail.
Yeah.
And
That's
where
where
I
you're
pick 'em
holding
up.
it by, right?
Yeah, that's where I hold it from because they're like legs. They're not particularly like painful. It's just they're kind of sharp.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to be by their legs because
Yeah, I could
the points
see
of them are pretty pointy.
Yeah, I can see that.
It would probably cut you. But the tail is just like a bony, appendage. As long as you don't like run your hand over it, you'd be all right
Yeah.
because it has some little spines on it. But
Yeah.
no, horseshoe crabs are awesome. They're prehistoric dinosaurs, and they're
Yeah.
very cool.
That is really cool. I never saw that before.
Yeah, no, they're great.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring some more dilemmas to the next podcast, I think.
Okay. All right. Bring it.
It's good.
I got a
All right,
dilemma
guys.
too. This looking at this crab now, which looks prehistoric too, by the way. It's kind of like that bird you tried to show me at the zoo. That I went up to the guy. The guy's like, "Yeah, those are cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, no,
those have
they
been
had like
extinct for
3 of
like
them.
300 years."
The shoebill stork is very much still alive, and they live in Africa.
Not in San Diego at the zoo.
They don't have them at the San Diego Zoo anymore, but they did, and they're my favorite bird.
they apparently died the day before or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they died like very shortly
them.
before you guys actually came to
I know.
visit.
There was 2 of them. They both keeled over.
Yeah, but the shoebill stork, native to the wetlands of Africa, are also dinosaur looking. So I
Yeah,
like them a lot.
it's cool. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. So,
All right, well, team, viewers, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks.
all righty, take care, everybody. See ya.